Now, if you aren't sure how hard hit your area is, New York State is sending out flu alerts. As long as you're subscribed to the New York State text line, those go directly to your cell phone. What may seem like optimal conditions close up, the bigger picture, rain and warm weather wreaking havoc on the slopes. There's still plenty of time left. It takes about 10 days to 2 weeks for it to fully incorporate in your system, so there's still plenty of time left this flu season. With most people coming to compete from out of town, that means millions of new dollars being spent at hotels and local restaurants. Neighbors we spoke to say they regularly walk this strip of Buckley Road, whether out for a stroll, walking the dog. They say the 35-mile-an-hour speed limit isn't always followed.
What's going on, Rob? Looks pretty rough up there.
Yeah, John, we were in Pulaski at 4 o'clock, and as we drove further north, it really got bad. We hit Mansville, and as you can tell, the snow is blowing, and it's really accumulating like crazy. Every 911 call in Oneida County comes to this dispatch center in Oriskany. Now, it may not look like much from the outside, but since Friday morning, the inside has been in overdrive.
News Channel 9's Rob Hackford has been looking through the requirements for us. I think I'm among those not prepared. So what did you find out?
Well, Tammy, the good thing is you have some time to get one. While the DMV is handing out those real IDs, you won't be required to have one to fly domestically until 2020. Now, you might be wondering, how do you find a fire hydrant with all this snow? Well, you want to look for a fire hydrant marker. It's this long stainless steel rod sticking up above the snow. You want to clear out around the 2 connectors right along the side there. That's the best way for you to ensure that the fire department can get safely to the hydrant and potentially save your home. For Sarah Sherwood, winter means 2 things: lots of snow and lots of snowmobilers.
It starts right there on the property and it goes all the way back through the trees back there.
Redfield is prime country, and Sarah's backyard happens to be smack in the middle of it.
All up over in there is where they've been snowmobiling, where there shouldn't be. The kids could get hit by they could get hit by snowmobile, and that wouldn't be a good thing.
They don't pay any mind to, the kids in the backyard, even with Sarah out there with them.
Sarah and Bart Wallenbeck live together, have 2 boys, and a lot of fun in the backyard. So they put up signs and are finally speaking out.
Last year, they started going through the field, but it was right at the end of the season. We knew the snow was going to melt in, the next couple weeks, so we just kind of let it go, but we're right at the beginning of snowmobile season.
Sarah put a post on Facebook and got a response from Ernest Ritter, a member of the Redfield Snowmobile Association.
And that was pretty immediate,
Members help groom and maintain trails, as well as relay concerns like this one to a board of directors. President Ed Monteith tells us he hopes to address Sarah and Bart's concerns, saying, quote, "The association has addressed these sort of issues with private landowners in the past and hopes to do the same when the snow allows." Monteith says they've used plastic fencing in the past to help keep riders off private land. But when it comes down to it, respect is all they can ask for.
And I'm not saying shut down the trails, I just wish people would pay a little bit more attention to the signage and things like that, and respect going across people's private property.
In Redfield, Rob Hackford, News Channel 9. From the outside, things at the newly named Bishop Rehabilitation and Nursing Center aren't much different. The signs still say James Square, and the history of health concerns is still top of mind.
I know it's going to be great. I can tell.
But inside, one woman is looking to change that.
When people walk in the building and see things differently, they're going to know things change.
Margaret Mary Wagner is the new administrator at the Bishop Rehab and Nursing Center.
So I've been a licensed nursing home administrator in New York for 40 years.
And this revival is just one of many she's done at nursing facilities across the state.
It's not a quick fix, taking a facility who's had low quality indicators and some survey issues and straightening all that out. It's a process.
One that Wagner says could take a few years, but they're already taking steps.
The LPNs received last week $1 million raise, and the CNAs a $500,000 raise to make the facility more competitive to retain and recruit staff.
A staff that's growing, with plans to hire an additional 150 employees. Other improvements, dementia care, and patient monitoring.
It's exciting. It's exciting to affect change. And change, I think, is just what everyone's looking for.
And they already have some of the right pieces.
Great staff, great families, great residents, but they need a fresh look.
In Syracuse, Rob Hackford, News Channel 9.